Hey, this is Nick from Remedy667.com, and today is Horror Font Friday. So, the other day, we were at an estate sale, and I found a bunch of VHS tapes, like old Good Times home video VHS cassettes, and I found this really cool one of Roger Corman's Little Shop of Horrors with this amazing title lettering, and it's so wild that I was like, I gotta make that into a font, and that's what's about to happen. So I'm gonna take it over here, and hopefully this won't be too complicated, but we'll see. So we're doing like we do, which is just grabbing the letters that are already there. I may be pausing this video a bit. I'm trying to like reformat a computer at the same time, and it's giving me all sorts of problems. So if this movie above me clips out, or if I clip out, that's what's happening. All right. Got an F. I think I might like this O the best. P. R. And that's all we got, which actually isn't really that much to start from. So I'm going to start with making an N out of my H and my L. This is going to be a really fun one, right? Because it's so wild. And so I keep thinking like, oh, it's so jagged. But it's not. It's really like this blood drippy piece of lettering. This is getting really wide as I extend it. So what I'm going to do is getting that squared away. And now that I have that N, I'm going to use that to make an A. Probably with those two, I think. And this is actually going to be weird. So I'm going to duplicate it because I need, right now, it's even with the E that side, but I need that to be like more askew. And this one probably a little less. Like maybe right there. And I'll probably actually take the F for the crossbar on the A. And the reason I did this extra duplication here is so I can cut that right there, delete this, and cut that right there. And that'll keep the drip at the proper angle as the rest of everything. And I'll even bring it up so it's not too much the same as the N and other letters. Bring that out a little bit. I think that looks pretty good for an A. What do you think? I mean, it fits, right? Maybe bring it that way, like 2. All right. And we need to make a B. We'll do that. We got these 2 R's. That's actually pretty nice that they provided us with multiple R's. There we go. So that's going to become our B. Doesn't really look that great, but at the same time, I think that kind of makes sense for what we're trying to do. And I might actually do it like that. So let's take this E. I kind of like how that cuts in there. Needs to go a little. I think that works. Sorry, that was a lot of mumbling to myself, I guess would be the best description of what was going on there. So you'll notice there's like a couple styles of O. This one that has this little dot in the center, and then this other one. And I'm going to use the other one, and we're going to use that to make a C, which will also become our G and our I don't know, probably just our G. Gonna make a G using the H here, and I like the way that dips, but at the same time I think this G may have to go in a little bit over here. Or like that. I think that looks pretty good. We're going to make a D from the E and this O, because it's a little more filled out on the right side, even though it's essentially the same shape. X. And it's still, so it maintained a little bit too much of the O. The way this is a little high over here, and I realize that that's the way it should be, but I think what I'm going to have to do is bring it in a little bit and then get this curve going a little more intense. Same here. Cut that in a little bit. And now it reads a little bit better like a D. Right? That reads much better like a D. Let's make an M. All right. So I'm going to use the I in this M. And I'm going to ungroup all those, duplicate this one, just take these two, and I'm going to swing them that way. And these, this feels like it should probably swing that way a tiny bit, and this one should go that way, but just a tiny bit. This needs to go more. And that needs to go there. And this side, I still want to have that. Whoops. But obviously not as much as it's currently occurring or currently happening. And I want that one to do there. So you know what, that actually might be good for the M. I thought I was going to need to cut some of this off and bring it in, but I think I like it like that. Let's move these way over. All right. For our Q, let's use this one, because with all the stuff going on in the top left in the other ones, I was very fearful that it would interrupt in a way that was kind of not going to be very convincing, I guess. Whoa! All right. And that's good. So it's borrowing from there. And we're actually going to ooh, that's too much. So now we're at U. Which is going to be H and O, like you do. Delete that, delete that. There's our U. Actually gonna go over right here and cover up that hole a little bit. Whoops, and this comes in. I'm gonna do V, which I think we're gonna keep it kind of tight and do it from the A. I'm not gonna do, I normally do my W's with an N and the V, but I think I'm going to do this one just from this N here. So first I'm going to grab those two, and I want them to lean in a little bit, because the M, and this might be, you know, foolishness, but the M's kind of supposed to be the widest character, right? So it wouldn't make sense to have a W wider than the M. And X, Y we save for last, K's we save for last, J's we do right now. K's. So this is a really interesting R, and we're actually going to cut it right there, and we're going to use that descender. That's not a descender. Well, I guess it kind of is, but we're going to use that piece to make our K. And the K whoops. Is gonna get where's my command click? Normally there should be a box that pops up asking me if I want to transform reflect, and I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's my mouse, maybe the computer is mad at me. Find it in this menu. And we'll just get that angle going. Group that. The K is a little weak. It looks like all we have to do essentially is the X and the Y, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, the Z is, it's this. It's that, this piece that's already sitting here for whatever reason. That should have, there we go. Removed that. Y, X will be the last one. What should we make it from? Let's make it from the M. Sounds different, right? We'll get it about half the size. This is all weird, new territory. We'll take that piece over here and this piece, and let's see if it'll object, transform, reflect. Oh, I don't like going through the menus. I mean, I guess it is what it is, but delete that. That angle still feels a little vicious, so we'll bring it in a little bit. Whee! All right. And that is A Little Shop of Horrors. Your alphabet of the week. So there you have it. That is our alphabet of the week from Roger Corman's Little Shop of Horrors, the Good Times home video cassette version. Join us next week where we continue with whatever piece of lettering we find between now and then. And that's it. Have a good time. You're awesome. Talk to you next week.